Good morning, YouTube friends. Joe Fed out here again on a nice, peaceful morning, Virginia Beach. I'm at Eastern Shore Chapel Cemetery, and I'm gonna tidy up some of these veterans' headstones today and give them a nice cleaning. Have the two Siemens here, father and son, and these patriots, these heroes, are father and son, and the dad served in World War II, and his son Otto wound up paying the ultimate sacrifice in Vietnam. He was killed in action, and just want to pay my respects to these two gentlemen, especially the young son. He paid the ultimate sacrifice, stepped up, went to fight a war, and wound up losing his life in doing so. So we owe a debt of gratitude to these people. And today I'm just gonna tidy up their graves, make their gravestones look presentable, and then move on to the next one. I have a couple other ones back there, a couple other veterans I'm gonna take care of today. But just to tell you a little bit about the Siemens. The young son was born in Vermont. They were originally from Vermont. The son was a warrant officer, and he flew helicopters, and he was shot down and killed. And the dad served honorably in World War II, and his dad served in the Army, and they both served in the Army. So let me stop for now, start cleaning their graves, and then I'll come back to you here shortly. Well, I finished with the Siemens graves, and they look really good. They came out good. So I had to take care of Otto's mom and Otto Sr.'s wife's stone also. So I just knocked out all three. And as you can see, they're nice and clean. And over the next couple of weeks, they'll continue to whiten. Once they dry, they'll look even better. So this is Otto Sr. and Otto Jr. and Mrs. Siemens. And I'll place the flags on the graves now. Okay, here we have another another veteran hero who paid the ultimate sacrifice, Mr. Hiram Eli Marvin Wiggins. He was born in 1925 in Alabama. He passed away in service to our country in Vietnam in 1967. He's a veteran of 2 wars. He fought in Korea, then stepped up, volunteered to serve during Vietnam, and he wound up paying the ultimate sacrifice. So we owe this gentleman, as well as all these veterans, a debt of gratitude. He's buried next to his wife. He was 41 years old when he passed away, and he married his wife, Carrie Madeline Brown, in 1951, and they had a daughter, Melody. So he really paid the ultimate sacrifice. His wife wound up losing a husband. His daughter wound up losing a father. So we owe this gentleman a debt of gratitude. I'm going to make his headstones look nice and clean today. It's not in bad shape, but we're going to tidy it up and make it look a whole lot nicer. This is a beautiful manicured cemetery, Eastern Shore Chapel, and I'm going to try to take care of as many veteran headstones in this cemetery. Not necessarily today, but before I move on to my next adventure. Now I'm trying to get as many done as I can before Veterans Day. We'll see how that works out. It's kind of hard. I contact a lot of church cemeteries, or a lot of churches that have cemeteries on their property, and I haven't received responses back, so I just don't understand why. Because these veterans' graves deserve to be cleaned and presentable, and I'm volunteering my time to do it. So if you live in these neighborhoods and you have some free time, this cemetery is located right off Alaskan Road. Come on out and pay these veterans their respects, and if you can, clean some of the headstones and place a flag on their grave. It only costs $1.40 for an American flag. So pay them the honor they deserve and come on out here, and if you have time, help clean these headstones. Okay, I'm going to commence the cleaning. I'll be back shortly. And here's how the Wiggins graves turned out. Again, they'll whiten over the next couple of weeks. It was hard to get those deep embedded black algae out, but the D2 will continue to work in the pores of the stones and get them clean. We'll continue to clean. Here's what the back looks like. Here's our next hero's headstone, Bernard Leroy Smith. He served in World War II, and he wound up being killed in action. He was in the 402 Coast Artillery, and he died on November 30th, 1942. He enlisted in March, and he wound up getting killed in November of 42. So we owe a debt of gratitude to gentlemen like Mr. Smith here. He paid the ultimate sacrifice to defend our freedom and democracy, and a lot of these people get forgotten about out here. Families pass away or they move on and they're forgotten about. So we need to get out here and make these heroes, these veteran heroes' graves look respectable. And it's a shame, but I'm going to try to do all I can to make them look good. And Mr. Smith was the son of Edwin Smith and Ada Smith, and he was born in 1920. He had a brother Oakley and a sister Helen, and I'm sure they were very proud of their brother and son for what he did for this country. So let me go for now. I'm going to commence to cleaning his grave, and I'll show you how it came out when I'm done. And my next two veterans are the Woodhouses. I got Clinton Sr. and Clinton Jr. Clinton Sr. was a CSK in the United States Naval Reserve. He served during World War I. He was born in 1891 and he passed away in 1968. And his son, Clinton M. Woodward Jr., he paid the ultimate sacrifice. He didn't die in action, but he died on active duty. He served in the U.S. Naval Reserve. He was a GM-3, a gunner's mate 3rd class. He served in World War II. He was born on November 10, 1921, and he passed away December 24th, Christmas Eve, 1942. He wound up dying of meningitis in the Naval Hospital, Portsmouth Naval, and he was young, just 21 years old. So we owe a debt of gratitude to these soldiers, to these patriots, to these Americans. And today I'm going to get all this black algae off this stone and make them look presentable. So I'll be back in a few minutes to show you what it looks like after. And here's what the Woodhouses' graves look like after cleaning. So you see the black algae came out. Stones look great. I salute these two gentlemen for their service to our country. And rest in peace. And thank you so much for your service. Well, this wraps up another successful day cleaning veterans' headstones. As you can see, right back there, there's Mr. Bernard Smith's stone. And over there is Mr. and Mrs. Wiggins, Vietnam pilot. So this is it for today. I'll be back out here again because there's a bunch of veteran headstones out here that need cleaning. Today I just don't have the time to do more. I cleaned 8 headstones today. 2 of them were dependents, the rest of them were the veterans, and I feel good about it. So until next time, take care. Share the video, get out in your community and do some manicuring of these veteran headstones before Veterans Day. And take care for now, and have a great day.